Hello and welcome to Black Swan Bets Weekly Recap number 2. Alright, my name's T. Welcome. This is Danny.
Hey, Owen.
Travis. Alright, here we go. We're getting to it. Best collects of the week. Danny, what you got for us?
So I think one thing we actually mentioned on the last podcast was whether we like the under or over of game 4. So I took the under 218 at $2 odds for 1,000 and pay out 2,000. So that's the best collect of the week. Was happy. I think the line, it stayed right where we wanted it. So good on that.
Beautiful. That was a great collect. 2K. How about that?
Yeah.
What you got for us, Travis?
It was similar to my best win last week. It was the same game multi with Kansas City again.
Oh yeah.
Hardman again.
Yeah.
Unders and Chiefs line. So I think I had 70 on and I got 650 back. So it was probably, I had a couple close around that, but that was probably my best one again. Probably be hitting it again at some point.
Yeah, that Macaulay Hardman bloke.
Yeah.
He collected for me too.
Yeah, if he keeps getting me touchdowns, probably buy a jersey.
Yeah, me too, man. We'll be able to afford one, right?
No, right?
Macaulay Hardman. Yeah, if you can
Yeah.
find him, what's the price we're looking for? About $4.50, eh?
Yeah, look, it's been $5.50
$5.50
both times, so it's got to drop at some point. I didn't really take notice of the KC game this week, so not sure what happened there, but yeah, no, it's good odds.
Ah, cool. And I collected big on the NBA Finals Game 6 on about 4 same-game multis. Unfortunately, I tipped the wrong one to everyone out there on the internet and my boys. So
Yeah, tips, not slips.
Tips not slips, man.
sorry about that, fellas. It's really major key, So that was our good collects. All right, now we're moving on to our shit tips of the week. Not suitable for work, so Travis, what you got for us?
Some of you tuned in last week, you'll know that I tipped Collingwood and I was fairly upbeat about it. Safe to say when I was sitting on my couch and it was 70-7, I wasn't so upbeat about it. Kind of looked like it was a cricket score with an Australian collapse in the middle order, so look, I know I said later in the week that it could go 2 ways. Either Collingwood would make it a scrappy game or Geelong would pump them. I didn't think they'd have 1 goal in 3 quarters though. So that was my shit tip of the week, and it was vastly shit.
Yeah, it wasn't great. We meant to go to that game and we were running late, saw the score and was like, might just not. So we did have tickets, but we would have got there around quarter time, and so we decided to skip that, which was a good decision. I had Petronius at Warwick Farm, race 7, $1.80. I thought it was great. I thought it's $1.50 everywhere else. I thought we're getting great odds. This is great. Best bet of the day, 1,100 on, and it got smoked. So that wasn't great. I was almost banking on that as much as I would be banking on anything. So shit bet of the week.
All right, and I've got a series of shit bits of the week. Okay, this bloke, Tyler Hero. Actually, I'll post up his shooting splits from the series, and then that will sort of do all the talking about that. All right, so that's all the bad stuff and all the good stuff behind us. Now we're looking forward. All right. So what are we looking forward to, then? What are you looking forward to the most?
Looking forward to or bets?
Just looking forward to.
Looking forward to. I'm looking forward to thinking about the NBA off season.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to, and so I already started looking at those markets. I don't know what you guys think. 76ers, $38.
I like that. I like 76ers, $38. What do you reckon?
The odds are good. Philly aren't. I don't think Embiid puts up massive numbers for a half and then drops off. If anyone's played fantasy football, fantasy basketball, they know that. Simmons, the jury's still out, and I don't know if they're going to add anything. I know they've got Rivers, but he's not going to play for them unless they get Austin. But no, look, it's probably worth a little flutter. They might come in at some point. If they came in, I'd probably cash out. Might never cash out, so. Look, they're not too bad.
What was that? $38.
$38. That's on Pinnacle. You have to shop around.
Yeah, that's not bad. Like if you put $100 on that and that comes through, that's 3.8K collect.
Put it this way, it's not bad for a team, that is around playoffs just every year.
Yeah, I disagree. I think that's bad odds. I don't think they're that good.
No?
No, I think you need like a 2.8% chance of winning. I don't think they have that.
Come on.
So I think you are swapping out a bottom 10 coach for a top 10 coach. I think that's a good thing. But they talk about all the chemistry issues, and every team got Rivers coaches seems to have chemistry issues. Whether it's Ray Allen, whether it's Chris Paul, whether it's whatever, all these guys that don't have issues in other places. So the issues again this year with Kawhi and George versus the rest of the team versus Beverly and whatnot. So this idea that he's going to come in and be this great man of respect and solve all that, it's like he's going to come in, be this great man of respect, which he deserves, but he's not exactly someone who solves those problems. And they don't let Elton Brand GM the team. The ownership keep making the moves. And the ownership is evidently not qualified to make those moves.
So, out, in. Remember this day in about 1 year's time, alright?
I think he went small. He's a small in. He didn't like it.
I don't like it, but
that's cool. What else? Who else we got?
What do you reckon? The Warriors are at $12. So, what do you guys reckon?
I love the Warriors, man. Number one Warriors supporter. Best run team in the NBA for like the last 5 to 10 years. They're gonna wipe the Western Conference. $12, that's way overs in my opinion.
I'll be honest, I'd like about 15s.
You got a bit more?
I want a bit more than
You think it's a good line?
Yeah, I think they've set that pretty right. A lot can happen in the off season. Curry and Clay are Curry and Clay, but just with some of the other teams that are on the up or obviously winning, I think they're a piece short. If they get that piece, then yeah.
Andrew Wiggins.
No. Andrew Wiggins is a piece, but he's a piece of dude, scrub. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd actually give them more of a chance if they traded him.
But surely he's on the cards,
it's
right?
on the cards.
If there's a taker, but I think the $12. I think I like it. I think it's probably just value. I think wanting 15s is probably a fair call, maybe 13s or 14s. But I think what Tyler you said about that they've got the best run organisation, I think that goes a lot into the off season. So it's like they got Wiggins, they got draft picks. What can they put out knowing the window is short? The window is short. And there's probably not a generational talent they can take in the draft to build on.
Tell you what though, if one organisation can pull something off, I back that organisation too. Look how they put together KD, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and excellent role players. Like you don't see that happening. So if there's a team that can put together something around Steph and Klay and Draymond, it's the Warriors. They'll get it done. They don't draft these guys like Anthony Bennett, for example.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Well,
that was a bit of a miss, right?
That's a little bit. Yeah, but I think just rude.
Very busy and important.
Very important individual. I think, to pump up that, the guys that, because obviously Curry didn't play much last year, Clay didn't play much last year, Draymond didn't really either. Those guys got a chance, those role players got a chance to really ball out. There's like Eric Pascal and a couple of guys like that are really good. So I think 12s, I'll have a piece of that. I'd like a little bit more though.
Yeah, I'll have a piece of that as well,
Yeah.
I think. But 787, so it's now or never. They told Giannis they're going to spend the money, go into the tax, whatever they need to do. But really, if they're not looking hot by like February, they're probably going to have to trade him. So, do you want a piece of this, 787?
I'm out on the Bucks at 787, man, but I'll jump on them at 787 if you can get that. That's a good price. I'll leave that 787 on the table. How about you?
I was about to say that as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you reckon,
Maybe
Manny?
decimal point.
I wouldn't touch it. I think the reasons why, and we bet against them all throughout the playoffs. We bet on Orlando all the way, we bet on Miami all the way. And obviously that worked out really great for us. But the reasons I didn't believe in them, they're going to have to show a lot in the off season. All their wing shooters are like Matthews, Corver, Connaughton, he's not really a shooter, but he's a wing, he can shoot a bit. They're all free agents, so they're going to have to really work out where they're going with their team. They don't have much flexibility. They don't have much flexibility. So I would say a hard no. Giannis will improve, but I think the reasons why he has to stop fouling, he has to become a better ball handler with better vision, and I feel like he's starting to max out some of those areas a bit. So yeah, I'm definitely not taking the Bucks. Bud also unproven, going deep to the playoffs. So we're all out on that.
Yep.
All out on the Bucks.
Last one, Celtics, $14.05. Eastern Conference, finals a couple times now. Are they on the up, or is this where they are?
This is where they are.
Yeah.
For me, this is where they are. That's their cap, Eastern Conference Finals, which is a high cap. They're not a championship caliber team. You compare that team to a healthy Golden State Warriors. You compare that team to a healthy Lakers. You compare that team to a healthy Miami Heat. They couldn't get it done.
Yeah. I'm exactly the same there. I think they probably need to get another star around Tatum. There's good guys around him, but he can't do it all himself. And that kind of showed in the Miami series when they locked him down. And I know Kemba, you can say Kemba's an all-star and whatnot, but he's on the tail end of his career now, I'd say. He's not going to have a long career. He's pretty banged up. He had a very good bubble most of the series because he didn't have to fly and his knees didn't swell up the size of basketballs. So, I think out.
Out? I think you guys are pretty much on the money. I think Tatum, probably is going to keep getting better. He looks like he's going to be, we asked a question the other day, like, will he be an MVP or not? I think it's a decent chance that he'll be an MVP at one stage. But Kemba's also on the decline. No fault of his own. He's getting older. He's had a great career, and he's shown he's still got it. But that's a whole nother year of aging, of playing, and all that kind of tread on his knees. So I'm probably out. I think a lot of the shine around Brad Stevens is starting to wear off. He got his butt kicked by Spoelstra, and there's just some things they're not very good at. They're not great at finding matchups and attacking them. Which is there. Like, if you can't do that, you can draw up all the ATOs you like, but it seems like the shine on Stevens is wearing off pretty quickly. So still a top 5 coach, but he used to be guaranteed top 2 if you ask anyone. Now he's like, he's top 5. So I think maybe this is where they are. Maybe this is where they are as well. That's pretty much it for the NBA that they thought interesting, the lines. I don't know, what do you guys got that's coming up?
NRL Finals, we could chat some NRL Finals. What's your picks, Travis?
Look, Melbourne-Canberra is always a very good matchup. I'll try and not have my Storm hat on, but I think they'll atone for last year's defeat. I feel like Canberra aren't as good as they were last year, and I think Melbourne are really kind of pumped up to send Smith out on a high, I think, because I think he's retiring. That's the word on the street. I don't know if it's official or not, but I think Melbourne might go all the way this year. But obviously, I'm also a Storm fan, so take that as take it as a pinch of salt from me, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either team, so this is impartial. I think this will be a very close game, a good game. They've split the season series, so Melbourne's 1-1, and the Raiders have 1-1. That was a couple months back, so I'm predicting a close game. I don't think it'll. Maybe within 1 to 12 either way. What you got then?
Yeah, I mean, I don't follow the NRL as closely as you guys, but I do follow it. And I kind of liked the Raiders last year. And so I think when teams go close and they lose, and there's a massive growth in that. So I think they can get past this game at least this year. But, Melbourne, they're tried and tested. But I just think when that loss, last year that Canberra had is so fresh, that I think that's going to really drive them, and I think maybe they can go to another level. So I'm expecting them. What do you guys got for the other game?
Oh, we got it. We'll go on 3, eh? Call your team on 3. So it's Rabbitohs or Panthers, all right?
Oh, okay.
And 3, 2, 1.
Panthers.
Oh, all right. 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1 to Panthers. All right. These guys like the $1.50, let's say.
I won't bet on it.
Yeah, they're not betting on it, but Panthers, strong team, yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm surprised the Rabbitohs have got this far. I think it says a lot about the teams outside of the four, really. They played Newcastle, who were cooked, and then they played the Eels, who were 16-0 up and capitulated. So Panthers have been basically the best team all year with Melbourne. So I'd say, I think Panthers, and I think it might actually be a little bit convincing as well.
You're not worried about Viliami Kikau being out? No.
No, they've had Kikau out a few times this season, and they've kind of covered him well. Isaiah Yeo is a really good player, so
True.
he runs the ball hard, and if there's a little bit of value there, I might get on him for any time try scorer or something like that.
As long as Cleary's in, mate, it's all good.
Yeah.
The Prince of Penrith. Shout out the Prince of Penrith. All right. So now we're up to the part what probably everyone's here for. We're up to our tips for this week. So first off, we're going to start with our best low odds play. All right, Danny, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, looking forward to EPL starting up again. Low odds, which is probably anything less than five or six for us, I'd say. I like Crystal Palace at $2.79. They're at home against Brighton and Hove Albion. We've been on Palace a lot last year, been on them a little bit this year. We've been on Brighton a little bit this year, but Palace, they just look the goods. You know, they look good in pretty much all the areas. They're defending well, they're scoring, getting shots on goal. Brighton are a bit hit or miss. I think it's good value.
Brighton are a bit of if they're aiming for the woodwork, they would be the number one team in the EPL. Book that. That's a stat. All right. Our second, I got the second Lords Player of the Week. I'm going the Canberra Raiders +6 at $2 on Ladbrokes. All right. Yeah, as stated before, I think it'll be a close game, so I like the +6. I think the Raiders can cover that.
I don't mind the line. I don't mind that line. It'll be a close game. My best low odds is Brisbane Lions 1-39 against the Cats. The Cats, look, you can't even rely on that game against the Pies. The Pies were so bad, you can't say that Geelong are going to come out and do that to Brisbane. So I think it'll be a semi-close game. Brisbane at the Gabba. They made finals last year. They got knocked out. I think they want to make a grand final. They want to play. It's played up here. They got no more incentive. It's never going to probably be played up here ever again. So shout out to COVID. But Brisbane 1-39. If you want to add something to that, I'd add maybe Richmond 1-39 as well.
What's the pay on that Brisbane 1-39?
$2.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
I love it. That's a large range of results. Right?
Yeah. So look, they're not gonna beat Geelong by more than 40. And if you think they're gonna win, you're gonna get better odds going 1-39. So
yeah,
it's a good bet.
Beautiful.
It's a nice booster, yeah. And
Yeah, it's a booster.
do you think it's kind of like the Canberra last year in the NRL? That this year maybe could progress like Brisbane, the same thing. That loss is going to propel them.
Yeah, look,
forward.
I think they were a bit inexperienced last year. They picked up a couple more pieces over the year, and they're pretty much injury free. There's no one really with injury clouds, and that midfield's stacked. Obviously I'll be watching the Brownlow as I've got Neil Overs on for the Brownlow medal. I got that at the start of the year, so I think he'll probably be a good shoe-in for Norm Smith as well, but we'll get to that when the final's on.
Alright, beautiful. So now we've got to move on to our best high odds play, a Hail Mary touchdown, so to speak. You might see one. Probably not yet, it's still the first quarter.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so I'll kick us off. My best high odds player of the week is Jordan Rapana for the first try scorer in the Canberra Raiders versus Storm matchup. That's paying $23 on Sportsbet. Now, played quite well last week. He has a history of scoring a lot of tries. Let's see if he can regain that kind of form. That's my play for the week. What you got, Danny?
I like that play. I'm going to multi in the EPL. I couldn't really find a singles game that was high enough that I thought was value. So Newcastle into Sheffield United. So Newcastle to beat Man U, Sheffield to beat Fulham, and it's paying $10.86. That's the pinnacle price, but you can shop around. Ladbrokes give you a nice boost. Sportsbet give you a nice boost. So you should be able to find a good multi-boost there. So I think Newcastle and Man U, two bad teams. And then Sheffield, not great, but Fulham just so bad. So.
Oh man,
I'm really happy we're
talk
off
about
Fulham.
that team, man.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
So,
Really happy we're off Fulham.
Yeah, and we've done well for many, a few seasons betting on teams that have come up.
Yes.
Because they're just better than people realise. I think, the Premier League could be 25 teams, but Fulham seems to be the exception to that rule.
I think we probably could have been on that Fulham a little bit earlier too, because the way they finished that championship was not strong.
Yeah.
So, although they played and made it up, their form was on the down.
Yeah, they're on the down. So, we maybe bet them a week too long, but that's, we've done well on that strategy in the past. So, yeah, Newcastle to beat Man U, Sheffield to beat Fulham, $10.86, worth a small amount to try to get a nice payout.
Yeah, agreed. What you got, Travis?
Alright, so my best high odds, I'm going to the Caulfield Cup. So I'm going to some horse racing. Prince of Arran, $19, 5 to place. He's had 6 starts in Australia, never not run a place. He's run 2nd in the Melbourne Cup, 3rd in the Melbourne Cup. Getting on in age a little bit, but I'm trying to go away from the favourites in that race, as Caulfield Cup favourites have a shocking record. So I couldn't really, I did find something else, but that's for my 5, and it's a juicy one as well, so that'll also be my best high. But yeah, it's going to be a big weekend of horse racing. If anyone wants some tips or even some banter, shoot through a message to me, and I'll be probably betting all day, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. So Prince of Arran.
Yeah, Prince of Arran.
Strong performer in this class of racing.
Yeah, this class of racing, Group 1 placing. It's probably like his last year of really running well in these big races. So
what would fair value be, like 14 and 4 maybe?
Yeah, 19 and 5 looked, I think 550 even on Top Sport for a place. I might absolutely pummel that.
Yeah. I might be there with you.
Yeah, so I'd say about a $15 shot in this field.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fairly good value there for a long last play.
Yeah.
All right. So without further ado, we're moving to our 5, 10, 50. Travis, back to you.
All right, we're going to the Brownlow medal market. So the BYO on Sportsbet.
Yep.
Neil to vote, get more votes than the whole of Essendon is paying $41. Now, Essendon won 6 games this season, so you'd say maybe a player would have got 3 votes 6 times, so that puts them at 18. A lot of their games were fairly close, so the second vote getter would probably be an opponent, and then
they might get a point.
They might get a point.
Yeah.
I think the line for Essendon is 40. I think that's way too high. Neil's line's about 27 and a half. I think he'll get about 28 or 29 votes. 41, it's big.
Yeah.
Plus, I'd love to see it happen because I don't like Essendon. So that's mine.
Sweet.
It's definitely overs, right?
Yeah, it's
definitely
big,
overs.
big overs.
It's unlikely, but
it's unlikely, but
it's
$41, I'll have a piece of that. I'll put 5 on.
Yeah, definitely.
What you got, Danny? $10 bet for us.
$10 bet. So going back to the EPL, just, my favourite thing to bet on. West Ham at $6.01. That's at BetDAC, or where we get our best odds from. But it'll be around $5.70 other places, and I think that's still good to take. So West Ham at Tottenham. 2 teams that are playing pretty well, but again, just massive overs. Just think people are they're betting too hard on that favourite, reacting too much to Tottenham, and let's push the price up for West Ham.
Son is out too, I believe, hamstring injury.
Oh, thank God.
So that helps.
He torched us
Yeah.
Yes,
last
that
time.
guy's a very good player.
Torched us. Torched us.
That's all right. All right, cool. So now we're up to the $50 bet of the week. I'm going $50 on the Wallabies plus 15.5 against the All Blacks. Now that's paying $1.90 out on Sportsbet. Watched the last game, very close game. The Wallabies were in it. The All Blacks didn't really look 15.5 points better than them, honestly. Of course, first time out, weather was a bit of an equaliser, but hey, might rain again, might be windy again, who knows? The Wallabies look good value for me. What are your thoughts, guys?
I was on the Wallabies at $8.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sportsbet for paying half of that out actually for the draw. That was quite nice.
Yeah.
But
Bet365 did not do that.
didn't think so.
Sadly, we got our money back, but we did not get the half of the.
Yeah, a bit of a justice payout. So I don't mind it if Matt Tamura stops kicking the ball. It'd be nice.
That's what we're in the group chat, right? We're just first of all, we're from New Zealand and you're from Australia, but we were all on Australia. But you know, All Blacks is definitely my favourite sporting team.
Yeah, correct. Me too.
But we were just like, why does this guy keep kicking the ball every time you get into your 22? It's like the opposite. And it wasn't even like there was a mistake by the defense and you could get a corner try. He was just kicking it away for no reason.
Yeah.
In the second half, I think he only did it once, and it was kind of on. So I'm assuming that someone told him to stop doing it.
And then when O'Connor started running the ball, they looked a lot better, a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did.
Are they a chance? Are the Wallabies a chance to win and earn it's at Eden Park?
I don't think so.
No.
Not for mine.
No?
But 15 and a half I like.
Yeah?
15 and a half is a decent start. That's 2 converted tries.
I don't believe in many hoodoos.
Yeah.
Eden Park one's real.
86 is the last time they
I was born in 86.
Yeah, so... But I think the Wallabies look good. But I think the overreactions happened. People are overrating the Wallabies and underrating the All Blacks. I think the All Blacks killed them at the breakdown. And if we weren't playing with a 90-kilometre gust, they would have been kicking penalties. And so the scoreboard would have been a bit different, I think. That's counterfactual, but I think, you know, the All Blacks just killed them at the breakdown. And if the Wallabies missing Pocock, right? Not only does he steal the ball, he protects the ball. So they're gonna miss that bad. I think and the All Blacks might give them a touch up this week.
But I like that bet. I think New Zealand maybe win 7 to 10 points.
It's a lot of points, isn't it? 15
It's
and
a
half.
lot of points to give up.
The All Blacks could beat them convincingly by 14
Yeah.
very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good bet.
All right, now we're up to a new segment for this week. This is a betting tactics segment. All right, so we're just gonna put our viewers and listeners onto a little bit of game and a little bit of tactics that you can use when making bets to make value, find value and profit. A tactic I like to use is to imagine that a game was played 1,000 times with a certain set of circumstances, and then determine what to bet on from there. You know, Danny, you wanna?
Yeah, pretty much. That's like one of the great entries into knowing if like a long shot is good value or not, or if a $1.20 shot is good value. It's like, okay, forget what you think's going to happen tomorrow. If that game tomorrow was played 1,000 times, how many times do you think West Ham could win that game?
Yes.
And then I think quickly people start to give a pretty good estimate, and they start to see the odds. When you think about tomorrow, it's just so certain that team is going to win. And they are going to win most of the time. And so I think that 1,000, it's just a great number to get you to think, in the right way. And start to understand, if that's the case and you want to bet on the underdog, you're going to lose most of the time. But when you win, it pays for everything. So, trying to win every bet, obviously we want to win every bet, but trying to win every single thing and be sure of it is a race to the bottom, So.
Correct. So we could use Man City as an example. How many games have Man City lost this year?
I'm not sure this year,
One or
but
two.
they've lost a couple, and if you were betting on them every game, you would have already be at a massive loss.
You'd be at a massive loss.
Even if you get a win at $1.17, you're not really getting much of a return.
Yeah.
So then when you do lose, you just lose your whole bet.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And you're down a heap. So
So you would have.
I would love to watch, stop seeing people putting Man City and teams that are like $1.17 into their multis.
yeah, it's absolutely going to kill yourself.
It hurts my brain.
Yeah, and it happens, right? I think last year we hit, was it Norwich beat them, and we were on them at like $25 or $26.
That was great.
And it was just like, people was like, oh, what are you doing? It's like, well, we only bet a small amount, so risking very low, but that, that paid for, probably we lost over $15, we probably lost 10 bets before that, and then that paid for all of those, and we had a nice profit. So everyone bets on favourites. Favourites win most of the time, and bookmakers make unlimited amounts of money by giving people the wrong price on a favourite.
Yeah.
So 1,000 times, great tip.
1,000 times, yep. 1,000 times. All right. So that's us. Any closing remarks, fellas?
I've been getting a few messages about betting jargon and terms and stuff. So if anyone wants to shoot through something that we want to maybe touch on next week, like maybe a term that you don't 100% understand or a bet type you don't 100% understand, shoot us through a message and we'll try to break it down for you.
Yeah, you can hit us at Black Swan Bets. There's a contact there, or we're on socials, Black Swan Bets. You'll be able to find us. You can message us there. Also, if we're getting odds that you're not getting, send us a message, and we're happy to let you know what websites for your country, whether it's Australia and you're sick of getting just the sports bet and Ladbrokes odds, or if you're actually overseas and you're not sure who, we've got all that information. So just give us a message, and we can let you know where to get the best odds, because it makes a difference.
Makes a huge difference.
$6 versus $5.70 on West Ham. So just flick us a message, blackswanbets.com, or any of our socials.
Yeah, well, good. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the show. Please remember, gamble responsibly.
Hopefully teams start scoring. I'm on the overs.
Oh, I'll kick a field goal. I've got a field goal bet on.
Cool. How was that one?